But I actually want to kick the focus now to another guy who, are they better off with him or better off without him for this year? And that's Derrick Rose. And we kind of got into a little something on the car ride down, which I almost wish we would have saved for the show because you started calling me crazy. And maybe I am. But my craziness tends to come through sometimes. And it seems to work. And it seems to... I think Derrick Rose needs to come back. If the Bulls have a chance this year, he has to come back. The doctors have cleared him. And it wasn't until after the doctors cleared him that he said, oh, well, now my hamstring. I think it's all just a big ploy. I don't think anything's wrong with his hamstring. Honest to God, Dave, I don't think a thing's wrong with his hamstring other than he just wants the media off his back. Do you think I'm right for saying that, or do you think I'm off base?
Look, I have absolutely no idea what it is like to tear your ACL. I have no idea what it's like to be the type of athlete that Derrick Rose is. And I also have no idea what it's like to have your hamstrings be burning. I don't know what that's like. So to sit here and give you a legit, like 100% back it up type of answer, I don't know if I can do that. What I can do is give you my opinion. And my opinion is, within reason, I do think that this is something to try and get people off of him. But simultaneously, I think the worst part about it is that one of the worst things that could have been said was, oh, Derrick Rose has been cleared by doctors to play. Because now it's like fans are sitting there like, what's going on? And I think most of this is due to a lack of confidence in being able to do what he wants to do on a basketball court. And that is a bad thing. You never, ever, 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 ever want as a superstar athlete or just as an athlete competing to lack confidence. What makes these guys so good in every sport that they play in is of how confident they are in their ability to do what they want to do when they're playing. We watched Kobe Bryant on Friday night, I think it was, do amazing things on the basketball court. If he didn't have the confidence in himself that he's the best player in the world, those things wouldn't have happened. And that is where the issue with Derrick Rose lies. Is I highly doubt it's more related with the injury than it is with the actual lack of confidence right now. And that's a tricky situation, because if you throw him out to the fire too soon and he gets burned, then his confidence stays down and he fights even harder to try and figure out a way to raise it back up. Where on the opposite side of the spectrum, if you give him a chance to be confident, then when he steps on the court, the confidence is there. So
let me ask it to you this way. Don't great players rise to the occasion?
Yeah, I would like to believe so.
Then shouldn't Derrick Rose rise to the occasion? I'm not saying rise to the occasion of he would come back and automatically win a championship, but I'm saying rise to the occasion of come back and be able to help lead his team at least past the first round of the playoffs.
You would like to hope so, but to me, the next 10, 15 years mean a lot more than just this year. And that's what this guy's looked at for by them. See, that's the thing is that you don't know by sitting out longer that it's going to help you in your recovery. If doctors have cleared you and said that you are physically able to go back, and if doctors were worried about him, they'd be holding him out. If he had something wrong with him, knowing how the Bulls feel about this kid, they wouldn't have cleared him to come back unless they were fully confident that he has recovered from this injury. Yes, I agree.
So what is sitting out even longer going to do? How is sitting out the rest of this year and waiting till the start of next year building any confidence for him?
See, but that's the thing, though. I don't know. But I don't know. That's an individual situation. every single person would be completely different with this topic. Every single one of them. There's no sitting here saying that, Derrick Rose may feel confident about just shooting around and playing the game, but he doesn't feel confident taking impact when he drives the lane. I mean, that was the one thing that he got fined 2 years ago because he couldn't understand why he was taking so much contact in the lanes and not getting any calls on like other superstars. My air quotes that I do on radio that half the people that listen to us don't even get to see, but he couldn't understand it. He got fined $25,000 again by the league because he was complaining to the media after a game interview. If you're not confident, like, think about it.
But is he not confident in himself, or is he not confident in the team around him? Because this is now at least once. I think it's actually the second time his brother has come out and said that Derrick's upset because the team hasn't made any moves, hasn't picked up anybody in the offseason, had gotten rid of Zeke and Watson and a bunch of other guys that were key components on this team, and they didn't gain anybody. And then at the trade deadline, something else came out. His brother said, oh, well, if they don't make a move, and now all of a sudden he's not confident. Do you think he's not confident, or do you think he's not confident in a team that's put around him and he's upset with the organization, so he says, you know what? I'm good for this year. I don't think we have the talent to win anyway. We'll see what you guys do for me in the offseason.
Everything I watched with this guy since his career has started, everything I've seen him do and say makes me not believe that for a single second. I don't look at Derrick Rose as the kind of guy that's going to sit there and hold a grudge with the organization. I think his brother might be pissed. I think his brother might realize that this team, without making a move, cannot compete with Miami.
Why would his brother come out and say things if Derrick Rose wasn't talking?
Why do half the people in this world say some of the things they say with no relevance to anything?
Dwight Howard's father, Derrick Rose's brother, doesn't matter who it is, these people talk to him, know him on a personal level, have known them a lot longer and a lot better than anybody in the media or any fan knows him. If his brother is coming out and saying something, it's probably true. That would be like if you went to my sister and asked her a question, or if my sister came out and said something about me, I'm going to bet you she probably got her knowledge from me. She probably is speaking because she has spoken to me about the issue, knows how I feel about it.
And I won't argue with you on that, but I personally just don't see him as that kind of guy. I just don't. I agree more with Joey with the fact that it's killing him not being able to play than it. I think he's more bothered by not being able to play than being more bothered by the lack of moves made by the team.
See, that can't be true. And I'll say it can't be true because he can't be bothered by sitting on the bench if the doctors have cleared him and he's playing 5-on-5 drills. He could dunk. We've all seen what he can do.
You've seen him dunk since he's been
he's been
injured?
On film dunking pregame. More than one time. Dunking off of his right foot and dunking off of his left foot and dunking two-footed. The only thing he says is that he's not 100% confident in dunking completely off of his left foot yet. He has done it, but he's not 100% confident in it until he gets 100% confident that he can do that dunk with that leg. That's when he'll come back.
When it matters. Not when you're by yourself just jogging up to the rim and jumping off.
Listen,
there's a big difference between
he's playing
dunking
5-on-5. It's not like the guy is just shooting around by himself.
They're not sitting there playing hardcore 5-on-5. And not to mention, don't tell me his teammates playing against him aren't sitting there they're not riding him like LeBron would guard him in the Eastern Conference. If they're in a playoff matchup with Miami, you think LeBron's going to guard him as light as his teammates are probably guarding him in 5-on-5 practice drills?
I think it's all a bunch of nonsense. I think it's a combination of everything I've already mentioned. I think it's a combination of him being unhappy with the organization. I think it's I think it also has to do with them not being able to win this year, that they've picked nobody up in free agency, that they made no moves, that they actually got rid of other pieces from last year, and that he's just unhappy with the situation. He doesn't see a way that this team could win this year, so he says, you know what? I need to phone it in. I'm good for this year. I'll come back fully confident next year. Let's see what the team puts around me next year.
And I think you're just looking for some random type of conspiracy to this.
No, there's no conspiracy. It's one guy sitting there saying, I don't like what I see, so I'm not playing.
But did he say this to you? Did he talk? Did he tell you
No,
this?
but the doctors have said he's okay to play.
I don't care. I don't care. A doctor tells somebody they can go beat a disease. If the person isn't ready to beat it, it ain't going to happen. A doctor can go tell a man that lost both his legs in some type of situation that you can't ever walk again. Yet on the other hand, if they want to walk again, they'll figure out a way.
Yeah, and then kill their lives afterwards.
Just because a doctor says something doesn't mean it's true. Or doesn't mean that person is mentally ready to accept what is being said to them.
Listen, that's about the only point me and you are going to agree on, is that he's a head case. Is that his mental form. There's nothing physically wrong with the man. There's nothing physically wrong with him anymore. This whole hamstring nonsense is just to get the media off his back. That's it.
You are more than entitled to your opinion, but that I disagree with.
How often is my opinion right, though? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to ask you. In my track record of sitting here with you,
you're
when
about
I say
50-50.
No,
I'll give you 60-40.
I got to say, I'm probably closer to 70-30.
I give you about 60-40.
Better,
Dude, we remember big things. I mean, if you really think about it, how many things have we probably said that aren't
so
right?
Even 60-40, better than a coin flip, that more than likely I sit here and I'm pretty much, dude, I speak from logic. I'm not an illogical person. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, well, you know, there's no way Paterno could have known about Sandusky, and there's no way. I sit here and I'm a realist. And the real fact of the matter is Derrick Rose has been cleared by doctors from this injury. He doesn't have confidence in himself or this team, and that's the reason he hasn't come back.
See, that's where you lose me. I don't think it has anything with lack of confidence in his team and his coaching staff or anything with the organization. I think what his brother is saying is his brother's saying and nothing else. I will not argue the fact. I don't think he's confident in himself either. And that's already been said by him. He is not confident in his leg. Bottom line. So, I mean, yes, we can repeat what he's saying, but when it comes down to the idea of what his brother said, I think that's just nothing more than a load. Bottom line. I really do. I don't think it has anything to do with being against the team. I think that's more just looking for drama.
I don't think
that's like
he wanted them. He told them to make moves. He wanted them to make moves, and they made no moves.
Who told them? When did he tell them this? Dude, I'm a Bulls fan. He never came out and said, I want this organization to make trades.
He wanted them to make moves.
He wanted them to keep the guys that were on the team.
And they couldn't even do that.
Because they couldn't afford to.
You got to spend money to make money.
Man.
You got to spend money to make money.
This isn't baseball. There's salary cap. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break. SportsZone,
Spend money to make
ClubZone.fm.
it.